Hello everyone and welcome to another new tank available, new video. That sounds so weird, but you get what I mean. There's a new battle pass in town, which means that there's also going to be a new tank. And this is my video about this tank. And this is the tank that it's going to be. It is a choo-choo gun carrier with a house on top of it and a shovel in front of it. With a lot of sandbags over there and everything. To be honest, I like the way that those guns on the side, they rotate a little bit. It has a lot of Mark 1 feeling about it. But it does look absolutely dreadful. I mean, I will get this for the memes, of course, and to complete the collection and all of that. But to say that I like it would be massively overestimating it. Basically, it is a tier 6 tank destroyer from the United Kingdom, from England, however you want to call it. But it's British, let's put it that way. Like I said, it is a modification of the choo-choo gun carrier, and that kind of shows in the battles that I've had. Basically, it took a lot for me to even get the material of the last game that I have in this video, and that is saying something. That being said, I've never actually liked the choo-choo gun carrier, aside from the meme qualities that it has, and I'm pretty sure that that's a large part as to why this tank and I don't get along either. Even though this one looks hella funny. So, comparing the two tanks, basically, like I said, this is, you always know that a Battle Pass tank is a tank that is based on a different tank but with slight modifications. Now, in this case, the DPM of the Dreadnought is 2160, whereas the DPM of the choo-choo gun carrier is 2400. The penetration on the Dreadnought is 182, on the choo-choo gun carrier it is 214. The alpha on the Dreadnought is 300, where it is 250 on the choo-choo gun carrier. The rate of fire is 7.2 versus the 9.6 on the choo-choo gun carrier. And the reload is 8.33 seconds versus 6.25 on the choo-choo gun carrier. They both have a caliber of 94 and a shell velocity of 878. The aim time on the Dreadnought is 2.26 versus 1.72 on the choo-choo gun carrier. The dispersion of the Dreadnought is 0.344 versus 0.308 on the choo-choo gun carrier. The gun depression is 10 degrees on both. The gun elevation is 12 degrees on both. The aiming arc, however, is 7 degrees on the Dreadnought, where it is 5 degrees on the choo-choo gun carrier, so it can look around a little bit more. The speed of the tank is basically, Blitz says that the choo-choo gun carrier is slightly slower than the Dreadnought. That being said, it is so slight that it's still the same value. It's both 26 kilometers. The engine power on the Dreadnought is 462, where it is 424 on the choo-choo gun carrier. The power to weight ratio is 10.41 on the Dreadnought, 10.43 on the choo-choo gun carrier. The effective HP per ton is pretty much the same. The terrain resistance is exactly the same. The traverse on the Dreadnought is 36 degrees, where it is 29 degrees on the choo-choo gun carrier. The camo values are the same, meaning that it's 27% while standing still, 16% while moving. And after you shot on the Dreadnought, your camo value is 6% while standing still, 4% while moving, where it is 9% while standing still on the choo-choo gun carrier and 5% while moving. Now, basically, the view range is 215.3 meters. The HP on the Dreadnought is 950, where it is 850 on the choo-choo gun carrier. The weight is 44.38 tons for the Dreadnought, 40.64 on the choo-choo gun carrier. That's basically the house weighs a lot. Let's put it that way. The turret armor, it doesn't actually show that on Blitz, but the hull armor is 175 at the front, 90 on the sides and 51 at the back, where with the choo-choo gun carrier it is 150 on the front, 64 on the sides and 51 on the back. Overall though, looking at it tank for tank, I'm inclined to say that the choo-choo gun carrier is better. the aiming arc is slightly worse, and there's just like little differences. The Churchill gun carrier fires more but does less damage, etc. But overall, I think that the Churchill gun carrier would perform better. That being said, though, the camo, for the historical values, it is pretty cool. And if you look at it that way, then yes, this tank is lovely, and it can pack a nice wallop, and it's not like horrible, but I found that overall, especially with my teams evaporating as much as they have been, it's basically, it struggles to carry, it struggles to do much of anything. And even here, like, I'm turning and I'm shooting, I have no idea where that shot actually went. And I want to get to a house to get a bit more cover, but overall this game is just, I'm screwed here. And I'm not even saying that I did phenomenally well, I know that I haven't, but the thing is that with this tank, it struggles, it is slow, it has no armor, it has issues. And the fact that you put a house on top of that isn't going to make it better. And yes, I know that it's like historically probably somewhat accurate with the house and everything. They did use those things in the wartime, basically to as cover from HE shells and stuff like that. There's probably more to it. I'm not a history junkie. I do not know all the things about tanks and everything, but I know that these things did actually exist on tanks and stuff. So in that way, I'm pretty sure that the people that do know the tank histories will like this tank more than I would. That being said, though, like I said, it is still a Churchill gun carrier, and as such, it will struggle. Basically, we have a meme tank in the form of the MS-1 making a comeback, even though it's not the actual MS-1, but a slightly different MS-1, which is also listed as a different tank in the game files and everything. But yeah, that's basically me getting sidetracked, but this is also a meme tank, and I feel that it should be treated as such. It can perform nicely. I think that when you tune this tank with something else, it will perform generally a lot better than it will here. But yeah, it is still a Churchill gun carrier, and as such, when it comes to actually playing it, I'm fairly sure that I will not be touching it. It will just collect dust in my garage and just stay there. I would say stay there and be pretty, but I can't really say that in all honesty, because it's just not pretty. Like for me, I always talk about how cute tanks are and everything, and this shouldn't be an exception, but to me it really is. This is the ugly duckling, and it's not going to grow into a swan. It's just not happening. All in all, though, the tank isn't horrible. Like I said, there's lots of things that you could like about it, and the meme factor is definitely one of those things, and it can bounce some shots as you've also seen, and it's not completely horrible or anything. It's just a Churchill gun carrier. That's all. That's all there is to it, and nothing more basically you can say about it. That is the whole definition of this tank. And if you know the Churchill gun carrier, I mean, of course you can't grind it anymore either, but just like, the armor isn't good. Most of what will shoot you will pen you, and this armor is slightly better, but it's still a Churchill gun carrier. Basically, that's my review of the tank. I mean, this is by far the best game I've had in it, and that's definitely saying something, because it is still a dismal game. And basically, I just wanted to be honest with you, this is how badly I've performed in this tank. Just these games, this is basically classic Churchill gun carrier when combined with me in any case. I know some people are epic at it, I'm definitely not one of those. That being said, though, I did still have fun driving this tank, because it's just such a meme to drive. That's it for today. That is my review for this tank. Hope you guys enjoyed watching me get blown up, and I'll see you all later. Bye bye!